people that live here, and whether they live here all the time or they moved here, it doesn't matter, or whether they're born here. We want them to know the heritage of the town and about the people that built it from the ground up. You know, that we're here in the beginning and why it is the way it is. On this floor, in the front room, the entrance room, we have some notable people of Reynoldsburg history. In the glass case, we have some pictures on the walls of the Reynoldsburg, aerial shots and different pictures of Reynoldsburg. We have the Scottish guy, and that's because you're sitting in the middle of a refugee land tract. And you go up to the second floor, and we have our schoolroom, which is a lot of collections of stuff. And we have a Victorian room. It has some very old pictures. It also has a quilt collection, has spinning wheels, things like that. We have a 50s room, a lot of stuff from the 50s. There you go. And we have a nursery, and it has old toys. It has baby things. It has old clothes from the 1800s hanging up. In our garage, we have a display, and it's really neat because there's a button on the front of it you can push, or on the back of it, there's a window, you can push a button there from the outside, and it lights up, and there's an old 1950s mechanic shop in there. And it's got a car up on the lift and everything. I want to have a positive impact on the public. A lot of people don't even know we exist. They don't even realize there's a museum here. We do have a museum. It's your town. It's your museum. If you hear of something that makes history, let me know. I don't know everything. I don't hear everything. We don't have a newspaper in this town. That's almost unforgivable. We don't have a way to get out there to the public other than social media. And I think it's important that we have communication amongst all of us. Since it's the only 3-story historical building in town. Yeah. Do you know any other 3-story historical building? No, you don't. How do I feel about it? Well, initially, when I found out about it, I cried. Because I was the director of business at the time. He's a different guy now. But he pulled me in his office and he goes, "We're going to tear down the school and we need, it's falling down. We need to build another building." And I believed everything he said. And so I said, well, I can't support tearing it down. But he gave me the new design for the building they were going to build next to it, which would be a replica of the Reynoldsburg Union Academy, the original building, which is buried inside of that. And because what they did, they built around it and they built on top of it, so it's buried in there. And so he wanted to know what my support would be for the new design. I said, the Historical Society supports the design, period. You know, we aren't political, we don't do those things. But then it lost at the ballot. As a former graduate, as my mother and my grandmother, and I'll get emotional here because this is history. And we're destroying enough history in this town. We've lost history to fire. We've got people renovating things and turning them into something else. We need to keep as much history as we can. The historic part of town is so very small. It's just this few blocks. That's it. And we need to keep some history in this town.